Hello and welcome back to Mr. Hobby. Today we'll be doing a very big unboxing. Let's start with the big Shihang, I do believe, Megaminx. Let's open this box up and look at it. Let's take it out. It comes with a little pamphlet. I have no need for it because I already know how to solve a Megaminx. But I keep all my pamphlets, so let's move this to the side and look at the cube. Let's do some first turns. This is Chi brand, in case if I haven't said it already. This feels nice and smooth. It's stickered. It looks like it has some sort of mechanism to lock it in place, as you can see here. It's very smooth. It doesn't feel greasy at all. It's a good Megaminx. Let's move on to the 2x2. This is the Chi W. I'm just gonna rip it. Another pamphlet, let's put that off to the side. And let's get to turning it. It feels a bit scratchy. But I have found that a lot of the cubes that I have feel scratchy on the first open. It probably will require some breaking in, but out of the box it is pretty smooth. It has primary internals, as you can see. Let's just finish that solve. It's a good cube, I like it. It is stickered. I believe all of these puzzles are stickered. Not a big fan of stickered puzzles, but as long as you treat them right, it should stick together just fine. On to the next cube. Let's move on to the Fischer cube. Now, let's just open this up, and let's just take this out. This one, from the looks of it, did not come with a little pamphlet, but I'm assuming that this is because it is a 3x3 mod. The Fischer cube is the same thing as a 3x3. It's just that the pieces are different. So this is a center, 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 and this is a center. These are edges. They look like corners, though. That is what's confusing about them. These are edges. And so are these. These are edges as well. And these parts are corners, but they look like edges. So from the looks of it, it looks like this should be a center, and this should be a center, this should be an edge, and this should be a corner, but it's not. I really love the way it turns. It's actually very quiet, and I love that. Let's do a checkerboard pattern. The checkerboard pattern is actually pretty weird on this one, as you can see here. Let's just put this back. There's not much else to say about this cube, so let's move on to the next one. Let's do the 2x2x3. Now this one says it has with corner cutting ability, and most of these have this where it says black base, white base, or stickerless. All these are a black base cube. Comes with another pamphlet that I'll put off to the side, and we'll take this out of the box. And this is a picture of Matt's Volk. I think he's on all of the cube, all the boxes here. Let's do some turns. This is also very quiet. It feels a little bit tight, but it's really not. Little bit of sounds of the springs here. I'm not going to really mix it up. It doesn't have any form of shape-shifting at all. But it is, an overall, a good cube. I love the way it feels. It looks really cool. It looks odd. So let's move on to the next cube. The next cube is the Axis cube. I used to have an Axis cube, but I ended up losing it. My old Axis cube was stickerless, and I took it apart many times because I couldn't solve the orientation of the centers. Now, let's do a checkerboard pattern on this. I really love the checkerboard pattern on this. It looks very cool. It almost looks like something like a space station in a sci-fi movie. This cube does feel a little bit scratchy, but that is to be expected with new cubes. When I break it in, it will feel nicer. Now this reminds me of, I think it's called the Ghost Cube. It's not the Ghost Cube, it's the Axis Cube, but it reminds me of just the general look of it. So there's not really much else to say about this cube, so let's move on to the next one. Let's move to the Ivy Cube. This Ivy Cube, it says that it's the upgraded version. I accidentally ripped the box a little bit. I just learned how to solve this, so I won't need this pamphlet, but I'll keep it anyway. And let's probably do a quick solve. Let's move this box out of the way and do some first turns. Okay, so unlike cubes that I have unboxed before, this Ivy Cube has ball bearings in it. I'm not the biggest fan of ball bearings because they can be loud and obnoxious, and I don't really like it when cubes are loud and obnoxious because people end up getting annoyed by them. So let's just do a quick solve here, except it looks like I got some form, I don't know if this is parody or something, but I actually do not know how to solve this case, so I'm going to actually learn how to solve this later, and I'm just going to move this off to the side, and we're going to move to the next cube. Next cube, I'm going to pick the windmill. Let's open this up. Some of these I've pre-opened because I got a little bit too interested in them. Now, the way that I like that it moves is that this piece looks like it's one piece, but when you move it, you can see that it's actually two. I'm going to do the checkerboard pattern on this, and that is really awesome. I really love this cube already. It's not scratchy. It feels nice. It does have some spring noise, but that can be fixed. I might do a video later on how to fix spring noise, and a basics video for non-cubers. But this overall is a really good cube. I love it already, and I cannot wait to solve it. But we do have to move on to the last 3 cubes, so let's move on to the next one. This, I have no idea how to pronounce. It says A, and I'm assuming it has A because of these different things. I think it might be that this is A and this is B. I'm not too sure. But without any further ado, let's just open this up, move the pamphlet out of the way, and let's get out this cube. Now this also has ball bearings in it, And I'm gonna mix this up, and I either will solve it on camera or I'll solve it later, either one. So let's actually just solve it. It'll just be easier to do so. Okay. I'm actually going to leave it like this because it looks cool. I'll just solve it later. I love the feel of this cube. It's very smooth. Only thing I don't like about this cube is that if you press on it too hard, it can accidentally turn, it can slip out of your hands, and if you're holding it and you're walking and you're solving, it might not be good because you can drop it and it could possibly break. But that is not the problem of the product, it's just the problem of the puzzle in general. I like this cube, it's really good. Let's just move on to the next one. This is, I think, Chi-Ming or Kui-Ming, something like that. I think, again, A, probably type A. It's a black base. Let's open this up. Okay, gonna have to tip it over. And here comes the little pamphlet. Let's actually open up one of the pamphlets. One side, it's either Chinese or Japanese, I don't know what. I don't know, it could be another Asian writing, but I don't know how to read this, but luckily they have English. This teaches you how to solve a Megaminx, and all the other pamphlets teach you how to solve its respective cube. Let's just do the first turns here. Let's actually give it a little bit of a mix-up, and I might solve it too. Let's not forget to turn the corners. I like this already. I'm not sure what it uses. Let's see if we can try to take a piece out. No, it's a little bit too difficult. Let's just solve it. There, solved. I looked in it, and it looks like it has an inner mechanism. I think it might be ball bearings. I'm not sure. It sounds a little bit like ball bearings. It's not magnets. None of these have magnets in them. But it's a good cube. I like it. So let's move on to the last one. Sorry about the weird cut there. My GoPro fell down in the middle of recording, so I had to cut and redo this section. Sadly, now because that happened, I can't really give you what my first impressions are, but I can tell you what they were. It's a bit scratchy, as most cubes are. I haven't really had a cube that hasn't been scratchy. I'm gonna solve this really quick. It's a really good cube. I like it. This is the Chi Sail W. All these were made by Chi. I've actually seen this cube on YouTube a lot, and saw that a lot of cube mods were based off of the Chi Sail. But let's finish up this solve. Okay, I messed up the algorithm there. I'm gonna have to take a little bit longer to solve it. Shouldn't be a problem though. There, solved. I like the octagon instead of a circle. It actually looks pretty cool. It says Speed Cube, and it feels like a Speed Cube. I pretty much already have broken it in at this point. So it feels nice. The only thing I wish it had was magnets. If it had magnets, I would love this even more, and if this magnets, it would possibly even be my main cube that I use. But I'm afraid that this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Click down below for a video that YouTube recommended to you. Click up above to subscribe to my channel, and comment down below and tell me what content you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.